Look at this place, man. It's Fairfield County Live and Local, presented by the Sono Collection. This is John Kamal from 95.9 The Fox. We are just over a week away from the opening of Park City Music Hall. And John Torres is here to give us a little behind-the-scenes look tonight, dude. Thank you so much.
And my son just walked in.
Yeah!
Dinosaur. So,
what's up, buddy?
Say hi.
Hi.
You're on the...
Hi.
He's like, I don't know what that means. Listen, Samuel. Okay, sorry about that, John.
Not a problem, dude. I mean, it's been a family affair there for people who live, in Black Rock. Walking down Fairfield Avenue, you can't miss like your entire family rocking and rolling, like just taking care of that place.
John, we're gonna have to get out of here. Sorry about that. Let me just go out the front onto Fairfield Avenue.
Right onto the spot itself, dude.
The family affair, it totally 100% has. In fact, today's my little brother Mike's birthday. He's been doing a lot of he did help with the flooring. He's helped with a ton of things carpentry wise. So we're gonna have a little celebration here. But yeah, like you said, it's all the Torreses. My father, myself, my cousin, my uncle, my brother, my sister's now an assistant manager. So it's a family affair here.
Dude, this is incredible. So we spoke a few months ago. And a lot, I'm sure, has changed since then. Go over some of the biggest changes that have happened since the last time you walked us through this, because you were kind of in your infancy in terms of like setting this place up.
Yeah, sure. So some of the biggest changes are that can you give me 1 second, John? Everybody.
Take a sec, dude. It's all good.
Silence. I didn't know everybody was coming at this time. I'll let them know. Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
I'm not that important, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, you are important. I really want to talk to your viewers and give you guys the time. So, all right. So big changes. Behind me, we've got the garage doors. We took over the adjacent space of Varsity Barber, which allowed us to double our frontage, which is really amazing. So that means that there's 40 feet of entryway now. Beyond that, we moved the stage back to the back. So it's all the way at the back of that space.
Wow.
And moved the bar to sort of somewhat in the Varsity Barber space. So as you can see, it's a very large bar. And that's because our capacity has changed to 300 people. So that's a big change. In addition to that, we've upgraded our sound system, our lighting system. We've added a full kitchen. So we have a full commercial kitchen, 2 fryolators, a convection oven, stovetop, 48-inch plancha, all of that, all the things. We hired a really amazing executive chef, and we have 20 taps, as you can see over there. There's 10 and 10, which will more often than not double up on a couple things, but you can expect 10 to 15, 14 beers on a given night. We've made upgrades to the facilities as well. So I'll take you on a tour of a couple things. So as we walk towards the stage, that's Eric, our operations manager. He could choose any title he wanted. He went with operations. I told Lord Steward of Operations.
Lord Commander would have been.
Yeah, Lord.
It's like, it's your title. Lord Commander is how we're going to refer to you from now on.
All right. So as you can see, though, in addition to like what we've done, we're still doing. This is Alex, our incredible painter. He's been absolutely incredible.
Beautiful job you're doing, man.
The men's room we're going to go into right now. Don't worry, nobody's in here, I hope. We added 2 stalls, for an 88 stall and a regular stall, and then 2 urinals. And we have this really cool handmade. We made it ourselves. My father really is the architect of this concrete sink. The ladies' room, I won't go in just in case there is a lady in there. And it has 4 stalls, much bigger too. So we really
probably for the best.
Yeah, we focused on that a little bit better. Stages, we've been testing the sound system. So as you can see, stuff is on there already. This is our L-Acoustics sound system there. As you can see, we have 2 flown per side of the Kivas currently, and an A8, for front fills, and 2 18-inch subs, and 4 L-Acoustics arcs for our monitors. And then lastly, the last thing I'll talk about is our green room.
Now, this is the stuff that excites me, man, because I remember, people who have hung out at the old Acoustic and who have played, especially at the old Acoustic, remember the closet, and I love the closet, and it was amazing. But
yeah, the closet had a certain charm, right?
It did, but this looks like something special. Tell me about it.
So the green room has tripled easily in size. We painted it green. I just feel like I haven't seen that many green rooms, and I just decided to go for it. Ray, say hi.
Hello, how are you?
Ray Carrito. He's been helping us with carpentry, and he just came in at the sort of the 11th hour, is helping us over the hump here. He's been incredible.
The work looks beautiful, Ray. Nice to meet you.
We got a nice green couch to go with our green room.
Got it.
We got a nice little vanity that we didn't know, but is super fancy. We just thought it was a vanity, but it apparently tells time, has Bluetooth, and has 3 different light settings.
I can think of a bunch of musicians off the top of my head who are very grateful that you did that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names. Tracy Joe.
Tracy Joe. Well, Tracy's going to love it. And she's one of our
She's
first
really gonna
local
love it.
performers to be able to grace the stage, which I'm so excited.
Are we really? Are we
I mean,
really?
yeah.
Oh,
I don't think there's
great.
anybody else before you guys.
Oh,
So-
that's an honor
right,
for me, Johnny.
Coming back, I want to show you a couple of the cool things that we did with we have a mural here, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about that. We've got soft maple countertops, which my brother Michael, whose birthday it is, sanded today.
Happy birthday, Mikey T.
I'll take you into our sound booth.
Yeah.
So the sound booth is, the sound booth is in the front of this kind of thing, and this is our M32, which is up and running and operational, and we are playing with it. And then behind us, behind me, this is where the lighting table goes. So we have we're just making a little desk here. Throw the cams. We have canvases for that. Anyways, I think that kind of answers that. That's it. Those are the improvements.
Well, dude, I mean, this is, and you said 300 capacity, which is fantastic, dude. I mean, that's just, that's such a, I mean, is that double the old size?
The old was 140, so it's even more than double.
So it's over double. So let's talk about shows, because it's Saturday the 20th that you're going to be opening up officially. That very first show out of the gate is going to be Marble Eyes with special guest Baked Shrimp. Baked Shrimp, we've played on the show a couple of times before. What was special about Marble Eyes that made them, this is the band that I'm going to open with?
Well, there was a lot of things that sort of were serendipitous. It wasn't necessarily intentional. It was kind of like the first show that we were like, we think we can date. Let's go for it. So, but at the same time, the reason I say serendipitous is because I love Adrian Tramontano. To me, he's kind of a local guy. I mean, I don't know if he actually lives around here, but he's always been playing he's played at the acoustic for a long time. So to me, he's kind of like part of the acoustic family, and I think that's awesome that the first show is somebody that's played here a ton of times. As we what's the right word? As we break a bottle of champagne over the ship of Park City Music Hall.
The bow, over the bow.
Yes, exactly. So that's awesome. And then just Eric Gould from Pink Talking Fish and the guitar player from Indobox. Like, there's a lot of bands here that are like super awesome, and like listening to them, these guys kill. They sound great. Everyone in the band is a monster. And then when we decided to add Baked Shrimp, or we tossed around the idea of adding a support act. Baked Shrimp, man, these guys are freaking amazing.
Long Island band, they rip.
Not long ago, and I just felt like, wow, they're just so good. So that's kind of why I just felt like it was a totally appropriate first show.
Yeah, man. No, and I love that. It actually, and it's this is something that I was gonna talk about later, but you bring up a good point. We're having guys like like Adrian who are known locally around the area. Me and you have spoken about this personally too, but how are you balancing the expectations of supporting like the local music community, which is such a huge part of the history of this place and of just the neighborhood in general? How are you balancing the expectations of supporting local music, but also bringing in outside acts with wider appeal?
So to me, the answer to that question always historically, this is when I was just sort of like Sunday morning quarterbacking in the past, like here at the
sure.
I was always thinking like, why aren't we combining local acts with nationally touring acts? Why is it that it's always that we're playing, like the local acts gets their own night, which maybe doesn't sell as well, and then the nationally touring act doesn't have an opener? I never understood that. So in every single instance where we have a nationally headlining act, I'm looking to try to fill in an appropriate local opener. And I mean, you can see with Rebirth Brass Band, I was like, I just think Tracy Joe and the Toads would be incredible for that show. Now with Elephant Proof, Chris immediately came to mind. and not that I orchestrated that, but that is sort of the ethos of our place, is to try to combine those nationally touring acts with local people that could use that you know, that kind of audience to broaden their appeal. So that's kind of the way I'm thinking of it. I'm also, you know, we're also giving nights to acts on their own. So, for example, the Swamp Hogs have 12:30. So you know, their pre New Year's party,
Yeah.
is what we're calling it. I'm this band Colorfields that I happen to be in. We're going to play on 114. I'm hounding. Hold on, buddy. I'm almost done. I'm hounding Chris Cavalier of Symphonic Bodega to get me, let's get a date on the books. There's so many great local bands. And in fact, we're doing a New Haven night with Sam Carlson from Ports of Spain and the Time.
That's a great idea. I love Sam. Yeah.
So we're doing like a New Haven night. I Sketch the Cataclysm was over here. Armando was over here the other day just checking it out. I can't wait to do these like actual nights that we used to do. In addition to that, I also feel like it's all about trying to re-energize the open mic night that used to be here, and trying to get people to come together and just, without any expectations, or just play music and try new ideas and come out and maybe not be like, I'm not a professional, I just want to try this and let me give it a shot. That's how it used to be here, and I'd like to re-energize that. So that's a real priority for me.
Tell me what you're thinking for open mic night. You know, is it the typical Tuesday night? You know, what's the setup going to look like? Or I mean, you know, if you're not that far yet, that's okay too.
No.
What are your thoughts on it?
Look, I've got ideas. I all I do is sit around and think, you know, at night, mostly at night, in the dead of night. Like, how am I going to do this? Check out my son getting ready to grace the stage.
Yeah, buddy.
All we need is to get him some drumsticks, and he'll be making enough noise to drown.
That's it. My son does that all the time too. It's dangerous. This is how we get drum circles started.
Right. So open mic, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to go to our vanity. Tracy Joe, if you're watching, this is what you'll look like in the vanity. This is
for you, buddy. This is for you. I know you're watching.
So the idea for open mic night is to keep it Tuesdays, but maybe start with let's just do one. Let's just try one, see how it goes. I'm going to be hassling all of you musicians out there to please come and support. Just come on in. There may be free drink offers and more. But anyways, we're just trying to kind of like jumpstart that back. That's sort of my thinking, is to just start with one. And then if it goes well, we'll do another one. And then maybe we go with twice a month. In any case, I want to bring it back. I want to cultivate it. I don't want to just bring it back and say open mic every Tuesday, because I don't think there's necessarily demand yet. But my goal is to try to build that demand, and you know, yeah, that's kind of
absolutely. So you've got to be going a million miles an hour right now. I mean, I don't think I've walked past, and I live a couple blocks away. I don't think I've walked past your spot without seeing you out there working. Obviously booking, that's a ton of work. You know, building, that's a ton of work. You're a father. You've got your own design stuff that you do on the side. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm exhausted. I can't wait for this to transition from, because I have, like, the reason that I decided to do this is because I feel like I have a certain set of skills to. No, I have a particular set of skills that actually makes me a good fit for this place, and they are not my abilities with a hammer or a saw. They're entirely musical related, or social media related, or graphically oriented, or just sort of like, I have a work ethic when it comes to like promotion that I think would be really, I've always wanted to sorry. I've always wanted to kind of try. I mean, as you can see, it's an active work site, and you know that we have a huge family, so everybody's good. So I apologize for all the noise. I seem to find one place that I can go.
I can honestly hear you just fine, man. I can honestly hear you just fine.
Here I am on the back porch now.
Oh, the infamous back porch. Now, is the back porch going to be accessible to the
Yes,
general public, or is it just going to be for all of us vagrants who played that night and snuck back there?
We'll see. I mean, I think we're going to probably make it on nights where there's a nationally touring band. You'd have a probably private access to that, and especially with bands that have a larger sort of guest list. That's just an opportunity for us to sort of like, especially in the spring, summer, fall months, give them a private space. I just got locked out of the acoustic because of the wind. You know what's better? I can't hear them now.
The door still locks behind you, so
Uh,
everybody who has been to the acoustic and has gotten locked out on that back patio, just
oh my
know
gosh.
you still have to do that crazy thing with the door handle to jimmy it open.
So, but to continue your question, which I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it together here.
I'm sorry, that was great.
My thinking for the outside patio, we have two garage doors that we're not installing yet, probably in the spring. So there will be garage doors that open onto this smaller patio. It is an opportunity for us to have just like tiki bar nights where there's a cover band on, or like we put together a little band, me and Eric or John Cabal, where we're all just grooving on stage,
Yeah.
playing some fun music, and we've got a tiki bar outside, and it's kind of an indoor outdoor thing. Which reminds me a lot of the old green room. Do you remember that when they had the garage door? There was like a
Yeah,
pool
man.
table or something. Anyways, that's going to be really cool. I also think one of the big things that we're focused on is like making this a place you'd want to be at, even if there's not a show. And I think what the old acoustic was sort of lacking was natural light. So if you walked into the acoustic, because of the nature of where the stage was, there was no natural light coming in. It was always dark. It was always sort of the same space. But I think with here, I get here about 7:30 every day, start getting the saws out, getting the tools out onto Fairfield Avenue, opening the doors, and the light throughout the day coming through because of the sort of glass storefront is just incredible. And it's so cool to think
Yeah.
about, like having an afternoon, a brunch type thing with like a couple, acoustic guitars playing sort of closer in, and having all the beer garden tables out and being able to just be in a really cool space with the garage doors open. That to me is like, that was sort of a prerequisite to taking it over, was to make it a place that was going to look really cool and enjoyable to be in. And I think the garage doors in the back, they sort of support having a little bit of natural light coming through into that back space. Still
Yeah.
hear the saws going, right?
Well, even just but barely, dude. Seriously,
Oh,
we
good.
can hear you just fine. It's all good. It's ambiance. It's ambiance.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I mean, well, it's such a perfect time for you guys to be opening, because we are getting into the holiday season. We're right before Thanksgiving. You guys have the last waltz, which you brought over from Walrus,
Yep.
which is great, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's an event every single year. What are you doing for New Year's?
So New Year's is really close to being announced. I don't know if I can officially do it. I don't think we've 100% hammered out every single detail, but we're super close. It's a local hero, or at least I'd say more of an up and comer, but he is incredible, and he's put together a really amazing band. It's going to be a really special night. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're probably going to do a sort of a prefix dinner thing that starts around 5 or 6. A VIP opportunity with high-end champagne and stuff like that for New Year's stuff. Look, I've never done a New Year's thing, so I'm just going to do all the things that I think you're supposed to do. But I'm really, the thing I do know about is music and making sure that it's an amazing night. So that I can guarantee is going to be awesome. But
it's so funny because there's a guy in the comments who's just so excited about New Year's. I don't know why. I don't know who this person is and who they might be.
Honestly, I've been out of touch with the emails today, so it's possible that we are ready to go. Hi, how's it going? I got locked out and I'm doing an interview. So yeah, I know I could just jump over.
Yeah, it's just a nice wedge.
Yeah,
the wedge walk. I've done it.
Do it, man. Do it.
So,
do it on camera.
Are we ready, Drew? Oh shit.
Drew said it's official. He's texting me that it's official right now.
It's the man, Drew Angus. And Drew, I think we're calling it Black Rock the New Year, something like that. Something dorky, but I think is funny.
Oh man, I gotta throw up the picture of Drew in the corner.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, he's there. Keep going.
I see him there. He's pinned there.
Look at him. He's handsome.
I'm pumped about that. I didn't know if I could say it yet, but that's awesome. I want to say a little bit about like just how, we're so excited to open, but we're working with an incredible talent buyer named Aaron Case, and he works with other venues, and he's just talking about, just with COVID right now, it is it's a different environment, especially with some people being sort of like worried about going out, and then others not wanting to mask or whatever it is, whatever your sort of reason for going to less shows than you used to. It is actually, as much as we were expecting like this deluge of support, we're selling a lot of tickets, but there, we want to make sure people see all the work we're doing, and know that we're doing it for this community. We're doing it because we love music. We're doing it because we love Bridgeport. We're doing it because we love Black Rock. And we just hope that, we're going to, there's a couple things. One in particular, just to make it easier to buy more than one ticket at a time. A lot of people are asking this. I know maybe to some of you are like, well, I wasn't even thinking of buying one. But for those of you out there that are like, I don't want to have to go through the process of buying all of the tickets to all the shows. It's just, I don't have that. It's a time suck. We're going to be offering a 10 pack for $250. So 10 shows, $250. You can pay it by check or card or cash or whatever. And then your name goes on a list. And anytime you want to go, your name, you just show them your ID. I'm on the list. They check the list. Okay, you're good, sir. You might have to reserve certain shows, but that's one thing that we're doing.
So will that be across the board for every show? Like you can lock in, right? Because I got to assume that the cover is going to vary a little bit depending on what the night is.
All right, I got locked out, Chris. How are you? No, it's okay. It's across the board. So some shows we have are $16. Others are $31. Others are even more still, depending on the artist. That's, what their basically their guarantee is. But 25 is a pretty good round number. And that means that you're never going to pay more. It is a way, even if if you happen to go to all $15 shows, we'll figure that out too. But, yeah, that's across the board. The only thing is what we talked about today is you may have to email us in advance to let us know, I'm coming to this show. I want this show. Put me on the list. There you go. So somebody asking annual membership opportunities, we're talking about it. We're calling it a year pass. So that's a season pass is what we're assuming. 10 shows about, even though we're doing about 4 shows a week right now. But yeah, an annual pass is definitely something that's possible. Yes. So anyway, if I can encourage people to start buying tickets to those shows that you've been seeing, please do. We expect a lot of walk-ups, especially in the beginning, as people have been curious about what we're doing in here. And now, maybe they're expecting that there's just gonna be tickets at the door, and I hope that there are for you. But I really would encourage buying in advance so that you are guaranteeing a spot, especially on our opening night, which I anticipate will sell out.
What's the easiest way for somebody to buy tickets to a show?
Easiest way is to go to parkcitymusichall.com. It'll take you directly to the entire list of shows. You can also get there from our Instagram account. It's our link in bio. We also there's events for every single show on Facebook, but really the easiest way is just go to parkcitymusichall.com. And that's the way.
That's what we call a soundbite right there, bro. That's the one that I'm going to email you after the.
All right. I appreciate it, because the rest of this interview,
John. I mean, listen, man, you've locked yourself out on my account. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I mean, tell me what your hopes are for this place.
I mean, honestly, as it gets closer, despite the fact that my anxiety continues to rise as we get closer, there are still certain sort of legal issues that are, like, for example, our liquor license. It's very, very close, but it's a hard process, and it's just it's been very grueling on me. What's up, brother? How's everything? And there's 10 more of those where that came from that are just like really wearing on me. Even as all of that anxiety sort of mounts, I also am like just being filled with so much enthusiasm. I'm getting personal notes from people. People are pouring in support through Instagram and even texts and all of that.
Yeah.
And starting to really feel like we're building one of the best venues to see a show in Connecticut, if not, New England. And what's really amazing for me is that the sky's the limit. We're not going to stop on 11/20. It's not like 11/20 is like, all right, we're done. We're going to keep building. Like our lighting package, we've been blessed by so many people helping us out, one of which is Adam Welsh, our lighting director. And he's just a guy that came out of the woodwork and said, look, I want to help. He basically forced his way in the door. He said, I'm going to do this. And he set up our entire lighting rig. The guy's got 15 years experience with lighting. He's brilliant. He's been here every off day that he has, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, setting up our lighting rig. But we're not done. Like, we have what we have right now, what we got from the acoustic, and a couple things we were able to afford right now, but we're going to keep building. It's going to be one of the most visually beautiful places to see a show. Beyond that, like I said, the L Acoustics rigs, we're going to build on that. We're going to sound treat the room as a couple months go by, make sure that you, when you're seeing a show there, that it's a really well, it's a room that sounds great. we're going to keep improving. We're never going to stop. The food's going to get better. The drinks are going to get better as we get up and running. Right now, it's a mad dash to the finish line, and it's going to be a lot of overnighters probably, or at least very late nighters and early mornings until 11:20. But that's not the end goal. That's not the finish line. It's going to just continue to become the one of the premier places to see a show in Fairfield County, if not New England.
I believe it, man. And I don't think there's a single person who's seen the work that you've done there who doesn't believe it too. It's visually gorgeous already. And I just can't wait, man. I just absolutely can't wait. So yeah, I think Doughy Joey just said it best. John Torres for president. John Torres for president.
I want to make sure I give credit to the people that really are making this happen. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, to my mother and my father, who are just, I mean, my father's been here as long as I've been here. He's been here even a little bit longer and working harder. To Eric DiBardino, who has started out just doing demo and is now our operations manager. To Will Early, who really pushed me to do this, and to my mother, who's been incredible on like the back end of like the kitchen and all of that. My sister, who's been crushing it. My brother Mike, who's been crushing it. My cousin Jonathan, my uncle John. All of the people that have been sort of assisting us. This has been like this incredible team that's come together. Adam and Ray and these people coming in at the last minute. It's kind of like, it does feel somewhat like there's meaning to this. It's not just random. So yeah, we're pumped up here. I hope you guys are getting pumped up. And please, buy tickets to opening night. Let's go.
Very. And it's meaningful for us too, man. A week from this Saturday, Park City Music Hall opening up November 20th. Tickets are available right now. Easiest way to do it, just go to parkcitymusichall.com. John, hang out for a quick second after I take us off the live feed. But thank you so much for tonight, man. Thank you for all the work that you and your whole family is doing right now.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
You got it, man. All right. And this Sunday, by the way, on 95.9 The Fox, we're going to be playing a playlist full of people who are going to be performing in the next couple of months at Park City Music Hall. That's going to include
Doughy Joey's taking us into the shower with him, so I gotta give him a shout out.
That's right. No, he's definitely taking.
We don't have him. We got a date coming. Don't worry.
We got a date for you coming, Doughy Joey. But yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of a large selection of acts that you can listen to at Park City Music Hall. Buy your tickets, parkcitymusichall.com. Listen Sunday night, 9 p.m. Fairfield County, live and local, presented by the Sono Collection on 95.9 FM. John, thank you again, man. Stick around for a quick sec.